Did I not call that shit? Did I not say this game feels incomplete and that the DLC is going to be filling out the rest of the game? Holy shit, even Stevie Wonder could have seen that shit coming a mile away. Goddamn, the YouTube author could have pulled his head out of his ass and seen how badly this game was fucked up. Now, let's quickly recap for a moment in what I said in my original Destiny review type video that I posted up not too long ago. Because there are a number of things that I said that were pretty much on point. I said that Destiny felt incomplete and rushed. I also said that future content is already in the Destiny database, including raids and strike missions and story missions that currently aren't on the product. Whether or not that was going to be DLC or additional supported content as part of those queef challenges or whatever the fuck remained to be seen, but over the past few days, we got the answer I was expecting. We also got some details regarding the stripped down storyline of Destiny, which I have to rip apart in a second as well. But let's start with the DLC first. A recent bug in some people's game revealed a good portion of the future content that is coming our way. A few users posted up videos showing locations that will be opening in the future, and each one of those locations that we don't have access to now is listed as needing a certain expansion pass to access it, such as the Dark Below or the House of Wolves DLC packs, whatever the fuck. Both are $20 fucking if you don't want to buy the expansion pass. Now, the icons on the map doesn't mean the content is in the game as of yet. It might just be a placeholder and whatnot, but a number of conspiracy theorists believe it's already content that's on the disc and that we need the pass to unlock all that shit. Personally, I think there are some unfinished, unpolished missions on the disc, and the DLC content is a packet that's actually going to finish up the content. But after all of this was discovered via bug videos and shit like that, I'm sitting here scratching my head and scratching my ass as to how the fuck people are just coming around to this right now. The information is right there on the Destiny database website. It's clear as a pair of stripper heels, man. The missions were already loaded into the database, and in a prior video, I even mentioned that. Personally, I thought some of them were going to be part of these queef challenges, but that didn't turn out so well. Which, by the way, how fucking useless were these queef challenges? No, really. After the patch removed the concept of selling your legendary shit for ascendant material, there was no purpose for the challenge unless you needed a specific piece of legendary gear for a certain character. Basically, the challenge was to do a bounty, which I didn't mind because that was easy XP and shit like that, and then do a story mission on level 24. You know, the same stale-ass story missions that I already did a minimum 3 fucking times now, and really more like 5 or 6 times when you include the number of times I helped out friends, I did daily heroic missions, farmed some enemies. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, man. I figured when they said queef challenges wanted you to kill someone, it would be to kill a different motherfucker, especially since those missions I already mentioned that are on the database said the queef was pissed off at someone. That sounded like extra content. Nope, just more monotonous shit to earn a purple shader or weapons that do less damage than the exotics we already fucking have. Seriously, man, after level 24 or so, those queef bounties were fucking pointless except for the goddamn XP totals that you could possibly get. But anyway, people got sand in their vag now when they saw with their lazy own eyes that the content already has a placeholder in the game. It's already been added to a world map, and it just needs to make its way into the game during the paid DLC bullshit, which of course now people want to get pissed off about. Hey, why are we paying for this DLC now? You know why? Because Activision is run by a greedy bunch of gutter cunts. That's fucking why. People so fucking greedy, corporate executives so worried about their end of the year bonus and stock dividends that they would fuck their dead grandmother in the ass if they meant more money in their goddamn bank accounts. Personally, I don't mind that the community finally is getting upset over this stupid shit. I think they're a little late to the party on this. I just think they're not quite understanding what they're mad at. But fucking people getting pissed means action is most likely going to be taken. And on a side note, I must say that at least Bungie's community manager, Deej, he's willing to take the brunt of the community's anger and shit like that. I mean, he's deflecting all the concerns and shit like that, and he talks like a cryptic riddle-making motherfucker, but he doesn't hide and run away like Robert Bowling used to do at Infinity War. He doesn't outright lie and blame people like that cocksucker Josh Olin would do over at Treyarch. He at least responds to the community. He attempts to put out the fires from the internet, coming after Bungie with pitchforks and torches and shit like that, but he smartly doesn't get tempted into arguing with idiots who don't know their foot from their ass. Unfortunately for him, he's not going to be able to say what he really wants to say. He's not going to be able to tell people that Bungie fucked up. He's not going to be able to tell people that Destiny was overmarketed and an unfinished product. And he's certainly not going to do anything that would jeopardize his job, whether or not it'd be pissing off Activision or Bungie. So naturally, he's taking the corporate route. Hey, I get it. I'm sure other adults get it. But at the very least, he's not running away from the issue like Robert Bowling or Ben Hollmiller over at EA when it came to the NCAA products. He gets brownie points for at least being visible. But obviously, his employer has his nuts in a vice, and there's nothing he can really do about that or say about that. So people are picking on him for no fucking reason at all. But here's the thing. By my count, So far, I'm 2 for 2 in predicting shit in this game. I said this game doesn't feel complete and that DLC is not worth the fucking price. But the one other bit of news that came out this week was the story. Or better explanation, the absolute lack of a fucking story. Somewhere on Reddit or wherever the fuck that shit is, someone who claims to have played the game in its earliest stages says the product he played was different from the one that we bought. The game had a story and a different mission structure. There was a semi-coherent plot, there was some explanations for the traveler and the speaker. Apparently we had a character called the Crow, and that was the main character who we were going to use to explore Destiny. And the story involved the traveler bringing the darkness with him to Earth, causing all the ruckus and shit. There was also a second Reddit of a mysterious Bungie employee who gave info on the development cycle and the problems that it went through. But that one, you need to take with a grain of salt. You know, either way, the rumor mill naturally starts flying, and it seems that Destiny did have a story at one point, which tied all of these missions that we're doing together, but that story was dropped. It might have been due to the head writer being fired or whatever the case is, but in all honesty, even though this is an unconfirmed rumor, I must say it does make sense. The game feels incomplete and it lacked a story. The backstory of the game can only be found on those fucking Grimoire cards, and at no point can you access that shit in the fucking game. The only explanation we get for anything is a fucking digital baseball card. Doesn't even come with a stick of bubblegum. There is no plot in this game. There is no explanation for almost any character. So this unconfirmed theory that the story was changed or removed at the last second, not giving Bungie enough time to finish the game before the release date, all but makes sense. We were promised Saturn in the early release videos and we didn't get it. Old Chicago, Charlemagne's Vault were mentioned, yet none of that shit is in the game. We saw playable footage of a reef location and a green forest area that wasn't used, so it leads to more credence to the idea that shit changed over time. Now the reasons for that change will always be up for debate. Bungie and Activision will never disclose any internal bullshit reasons that got all fucked up. That Bungie employee over at Reddit sounded like a bunch of bullshit to me. I'm sorry, I'm just being honest, man. After all, kids will believe anything as long as it's on the internet. No, really, that person didn't tell us anything outside of what's already been speculated or theorized and just capitalized on the growing resentment for Destiny and made his story sound good. Personally, I don't think that was a Bungie employee at all or a former employee, but a very good liar looking for attention. He confirmed all the rumors that people have been suspecting in development. But it's not like anyone can't make a fucking fake name and pretend they're working at his company and shit like that. Shit, I can say I'm the president of the bullshit department over at Activision, go to the internet and tell people what they want to hear about any Activision game. Oh, we fucked up on Call of Duty. Oh, we rushed every time. Oh, we want to get more money for DLC. I can pretend I'm a frustrated employee and give people some tidbits of info and they would automatically agree with me, because you know why? Kids are fucking stupid. Plain and simple. Stupidity is a great device to create false information, and I have a feeling that douche wasn't an employee at all. Basically told everyone what they wanted to hear, and they all fell for that shit. Hook, line, and sinker. But regardless of what may or may not have happened at Bungie, games change all the time, for various reasons too. The Last of Us initially thought of having Tess come back at the end of the game and change that idea. Mass Effect had to change their whole fucking ending because people weren't happy with how that shit ended. And Modern Warfare 3 went through 6 different scripts because of all the Infinity Ward bullshit. So it's not a guarantee that Activision forced Bungie to do something. It's also not proven that Activision is at fault here. But it's just too easy not to blame them. The general public will never know for certain what happened in Destiny's story, whether or not it existed or not, even with the very credible evidence showing the Crow really did exist in early screenshots of Destiny. And if the script was dropped because they were under a time crunch to get the game out and start making money, the general public will never know for certain what happened in Destiny's story, whether it existed or not, even with the credible evidence showing that the Crow really did exist in early screenshots of Destiny, and if the script was dropped because they were under a time crunch to get this game out and start making money. But the gist of the game holds true. It feels incomplete. It looks incomplete. It's monotonous because they didn't have time to make a decent game, and the spin on this marketing bullshit of players making their own story is a fancy way of saying they didn't make a story for us, so we have to fill in the blanks. You know, can I just tell you how much this shit irks me, man? You make your own story? No, motherfucker, we don't have to make shit because there's no story to begin with. What the fuck are we supposed to do? Imagine what the rest of your fucking game was supposed to be like. You didn't explain the Traveler, the Darkness, the Speaker, why the fuck Guardians are dead in the first place, what Rasputin does or what he did, who the Stranger is, who the fuck she's talking to, why the Queen can't fucking recognize an Awoken Guardian, or why an Awoken Guardian doesn't know what the fuck they're. Shit, we don't even know what the fuck the Awoken are, or Exos. or the enemies, or where they came from, why the Fallen don't like the Hive, why Guardians are basically the same fucking character in a different suit. Ah, don't get me started with this bullshit again. We shouldn't have to make your fucking story because you're too fucking lazy or rushed to do it your damn self. There is no story, there is no discernible plot, and I'm not making shit up just because you want to tell me you should make your own story. Fuck you, that's what I tell you, man. I'm playing the same repetitive shit day in and day out, and there are only 20 fucking stories in this goddamn game because you lying motherfuckers couldn't make more than that goddamn shit, man. Don't tell me this shit is to make your own story, you lying son of a bitches. Shit, now that I got that out of my system. I'll tell you right now, man, Destiny's walking on very thin ice right now, and I think it's because the lack of decent games out right now is the main reason why people are still playing it. You know, without a top name game out right now, it's sort of like a placeholder game for most people until something better comes along, whether it's Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, same shit, different assassin. Or Grand Theft Auto 5 on the next generation, in which people are still criminally waiting for heists. Oh man, seriously? Doesn't it seem like either Bungie or Rockstar are having a competition as to who can hold back their content the longest so they can piss off their fan base the most in any event? If Activision is curious to what happens to fun games that piss people off with horribly unfinished products that are willing to charge you DLC prices to complete it, then you look no further than their own game, Call of Duty. Eventually, Destiny is going to run out of their finite amount of shit that people can do, whether it's getting to level 30, collecting all the crap in the game. There is a certain point people will stop playing this game. And at that point is when they will decide if it's worth giving you more money. Because I'll tell you right now, people were open to Bungie's game and the plan on supporting the game. But when you see and hear things like this, clearly, fans do not want to be repeatedly screwed over. When you see the content will be repetitive with no story, and we're being asked to pay $20 for shit, people will speak with their wallets above all else. Credibility took a hit when the game released with a lack of story and content, and it's only going to further take a hit if this DLC is released with only this limited amount of shit in the game at that high price point. It doesn't matter what your sales did on the first day, week, or month. It matters what your sales are going to do down the road, and right now, pissing off your fans is only going to fuck with your money down the road. I like this game, I like playing it with friends, but there is a limit as to when I would let a company bullshit me and make me pay more for a game that wasn't complete in the first place. I'm somewhat happy with my $60 purchase, but I am not spending $100 on an incomplete game. No fucking way. I'm glad the gullible kiddies out there finally pulled their head out of their ass, yet pieces of their brain must still be stuck up there. But when players get pissed off at something, developers and publishers know they need to do something to make it up to them. And right now, Destiny just keeps digging themselves a deeper hole with every move they make or they don't make. It's all the more reason I'm leaning towards another Blueprint series, because even though Bungie says they're fixing the game, the reality is they aren't fixing the core problems of the game, they're just putting band-aids that the game needs right now. And that alone is the biggest frustration the community has with them. So anyways, had to get that rant off my chest. So as always, rate, comment, subscribe, and all that good shit. And I'll see you guys in Friday's video, which will be bringing back a series people have been asking for a long time.